I'm William McGuinness and I'm going under the spell of the hammer. Travelling the auction houses of Australia, I'm seeking out people's much-loved treasures in search of the weird, the wonderful and the sometimes sad stories behind the sale. This time, has Bruce Rogers' magic lantern shone a light on an historic sunken treasure.
Well, it could be the Titanic, couldn't it? I didn't even know it was there.
A brush with death leads to a life-changing experience.
Since surviving cancer, materialistic things don't mean anything to me anymore. All of this has to go.
Gone. Gone.
Oh, you're a shocker.
And I get caught up in auction fever.
In my head red.
All this and more in the auction room.
Sold.
Now, there comes a time in most people's lives when, for whatever reason, they've got to downsize. And it's always a bit of a hassle. But when you love collecting things at auctions and all the travels you go on through your life, it just adds an extra dimension. And we're going to meet a bloke called Bruce Rogers, who is a mad keen collector. So let's go have a chat to him.
For the last 30 years, Bruce Rogers and his wife Anne have lived in the country Victorian town of Beaufort, population 986, midway between Ararat and Ballarat. And that's where I'm at.
Bruce Rogers, how are you, mate?
How are you, mate? What's happening?
You have got a great shed, and I'd like to see it because it's full of stuff. Is that all right? Can you
Yeah,
show me
for
around?
sure. No worries.
Beautiful.
That was a handy thing to have about the house.
Yeah?
It's a device for testing the moisture in grain.
Right, I'll use it on my breakfast cereal. Mobile phones. And you've got boxes of them.
Yes.
Look at them. I mean, this thing, is that... I can't quite believe this is it's a mobile phone. Yeah. I like to work out when I'm on the phone. Very good. Hi, Maria. You heard the one about the housekeeper?
Just an old pie radio.
That's quite special in a way because, as you can see there, made in Australia.
That's it.
We all grew up on it, Memphis and stuff. Mate, you've got so much gear here, and it's fun.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you getting rid of it?
Well, we're downsizing and shifting, so I don't want to cart it with me around halfway around the world, so... Well, the Wangaratta at least. After 30 years of storing it, I've got to get rid of it.
What are you taking into auction this week?
The Tantalus over there.
The Tantalus?
Yes. It's a drinks cabinet,
Yeah?
and it's designed to lock in the bottle so the servants and what have you couldn't get to the gin, the rum or the whiskey.
What does your butler think of that?
Well, he's not very impressed. I got it in Holbrook. I went up there 7 years, went past this shop that had it, and they wanted a fortune for it, and I wouldn't go there, wouldn't go down, but one day went up there and I said, righto, made them an offer, and they said, yeah, righto, wrap it up, as long as it's cash.
So 7 years it took you to get the thing you loved, and now you're saying goodbye to it. That must be a bit tough.
Well, it is tough, yeah, but you just can't travel with everything.
Someone who knows just how tough it will be for Bruce to downsize his collection, his wife Anne.
I think it'll hit him a little bit once they actually get down to the auction rooms and they sell. But then on the other hand, he can see the light at the end of the tunnel, sort of getting some extra money to help us out to re-establish where we're going, and then knowing that he can start all over again.
Bruce is also selling a unique piece of entertainment history, the forerunner to the slide projector. This Victorian magic lantern comes with hundreds of rare glass slides, all with a story to tell.
Bruce, this is a lovely piece, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
How did you come by it?
I bought it in an auction in Ballarat. I'm hoping to get $800 for it.
$800?
Yep.
And that would help with conveyancing and legal fees?
Yeah, I hope so.
Good luck to you. Now, Bruce, one of the many things that I can crack is a whip. Well, sometimes when I'm in the right mood. Do you mind if I have a crack? What am I did? For the magic lantern!
What a fruit cut.
Ah! I've gone off on my face.
That had to happen.
The Collector Auction House has been operating for over a decade and is a mother and son joint venture.
We actually do pretty well for a mother and son team.
Is that solid with bloody one box?
We disagree quite often, but we're usually pretty good at figuring it out in the end.
His mind is so... he does not forget anything. And of course, my mind's not that good anymore. I don't know if it ever was, but, you know, we all rely on him a lot.
Those should be fun to sell next week.
It's like Christmas every day. A lot of the time, you know, you might have 30 or 40 boxes come in a consignment from an estate. So you haven't got a clue what's in there. And you start unpacking and there's always a few treasures and we get very excited. We've still got customers that came to our first auctions that still come today.
I met my other half here. One night we came along, or I came along. I was heartbroken because I'd just broken up with my ex, and I thought, yep, today I'm built my bridge, I'm over it. And we're all admiring his Cadillac, and I turned around and said, oh, don't care about the Cadillac, I'm just in love with the driver. And that was it.
It's good people, a lot of collectibles. It's like a family. I just love it.
Everyone that works here is really good at what they do and great for the whole business, basically.
We have a lot of fun.
How much do you think you're going to get for it?
I hope to get to
Bruce is also a part of the Collector family. He's been coming here for years, but today is different. He's selling, not buying.
Vanessa, Adam, here's Bruce and his Tantalus.
Oh,
Hey,
Tantalising Tantalus.
this is very, very special.
and this looks pretty amazing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Do you want to hand take any out of the box?
It'll be
Yeah, grab him
lovely.
out of there, you're right.
Hang on.
It'll be heavy.
Righto.
It's solid oak by the look of it. Wow, I don't
That's the
know.
amazing bit.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything quite like this.
Never before?
No.
Yeah, they hobnail
No.
cut, aren't they?
Hobnail cut,
You
that's
usually
right.
just see this part. You don't usually see all the front
What's in the
part.
rest of it?
Oh,
It's got all its organs, yeah, the innards, so to
That's
speak.
it.
That's
has.
always a handy thing.
It is.
And then there's got this jigger here.
Ah,
The drawer
a little
opens up.
secret
Oh,
drawer,
wow.
you see?
Isn't that fantastic? It's very comprehensive, isn't it, with all the games and everything else in there?
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. These little pin jiggers are probably made of ivory.
Ivory, are you sure about that?
I think so. And there's a
Yeah, they look to
silver
be.
propelling pencil.
Yep.
So it's a pretty remarkable piece, isn't it, Vanessa? What do you think you're looking at for it?
Okay, well, I'm thinking about 2,000, probably upwards from there.
You happy with that?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Very good,
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
my word.
The Tantalus is a pretty amazing thing. It might struggle a little bit because that type of thing is just not sought after at the moment. It hasn't been for a few years now. The Victorian type of stuff just hasn't been selling. It's all the 1960s, 70s modern stuff that seems to be quite sought after these days.
And now what about the old magic lantern?
Well, I think this is fantastic. I just love it. I love all the slides. It's French. We've sold these before.
And it's all working and everything like
Yes,
that?
Bruce says it's working.
Now, the fact that the magic lantern comes with the slides, does that add value to this lot?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's,
definitely.
it's nice to have it all together as one big, you know, kit and caboodle kind of thing. And there's some interesting slides in amongst here.
And you sold these before, you were saying?
Yes, we have, but this is in exceptionally good condition.
This would be the best you've seen?
Yes, yes, definitely.
Yeah, so far, and this is interesting. Look what I've just found, a little slide of an old passenger liner with 4 funnels.
What does that mean?
Well, it could be the Titanic, couldn't it?
You've discovered the Titanic, have you?
I might have raised it.
Do you reckon?
Well, have a look.
I think you've raised Bruce's hopes there. Did you know you had that?
No, I didn't.
If it's the Titanic, we'd actually probably separate that slide and sell it separately from the rest of the lot.
Well, I hope it is the Titanic. It'll be worth a quid if it is.
We're going to have to do a little bit of research on this, I think.
You
as
guys have
well.
got a lot of homework you've got to do.
We
Yeah, we do, but it's fun.
Yeah, well, if it's a Titanic, well, you know, the sky's the limit, I suppose, with all the hype going on with the 100-year anniversary, so I didn't even know it was there.
Now, Bruce Rogers isn't the only person who's selling all his possessions, because we're about to meet another collector who, for her very own personal reasons, is also downsizing.
The 7th of February 2009, to other people means Black Saturday. To me, it means a life-changing experience. For me, it was the day that I was diagnosed with cancer. Life took on a different meaning. Basically, materialistic things didn't mean anything to me anymore. I could have lost my life, and therefore none of the materialistic things around me mattered. Before I was diagnosed, I enjoyed going out with my husband, and we'd
buy collectibles, and we'd go to auction houses, and we just loved life, loved finding little treasures. After I was diagnosed, I wasn't interested anymore. Life just changed completely. I didn't want any of that anymore. This house was full of collectibles, antiques. A lot of it was items that we'd collected together. A lot of items belonged to my father-in-law when he passed away. My husband said to me, "Golly, if anything had have happened to you, what would I have done with all these goods, all these collectibles?" Basically, he would have thrown them away. Children didn't want them. So we're downsizing as much as possible.
Helen's daughter Pauline has been with her every step of the way.
It's really good for Mum to be doing this because look, she's had things that she's wanted to give to us for so long. Like she's like, "Oh, this is for you, and this is for you, and this is for you," and it's just like, appreciate that, but I don't really know what I'm going to do with it. So for her to be selling it and perhaps get some money for these things, I think is so much better. She'll be able to perhaps go and see my brother in England, which I know she's been wanting to do for so long, and I think that would probably make her happier than anything else. So I'm happy for her, and I hope really with all my heart that she gets what she wants for them.
This particular piece came to us when my father-in-law passed away. This is a samurai soldier on a horseback. He looks like he's got ivory hands, ivory face, mother of pearl up here. This could also be bone, I'm not quite sure. Each time people touch it, pieces tend to fall off, unfortunately. It's a beautiful piece. I believe it's quite old, just from a little bit of research that I've done. Also this ebony lady, she also was amongst his possessions. Now, I have no idea what these two pieces are worth, but I'm hoping that they're going to fetch a pretty dollar.
Like Bruce, Helen is also a regular at the Collector. Vanessa is about to value the Japanese vase, but will the missing pieces bring the price down?
Vanessa, I brought this vase along. This belonged to my father-in-law, and when he passed away, it was sent to us, and I have no idea anything about it.
Wow, well, it's really very, very spectacular, isn't it? It's obviously Japanese with the samurai warrior, and it's very light, so it's bamboo, which is really deceiving. You'd think something this size would be quite heavy. It's just such a shame about the damage. You don't have the pieces, do you?
I've actually looked for them, but unfortunately I just couldn't find anything.
Okay, well, perhaps you could keep looking. So if you're happy to leave it with us,
Yes.
and I'll get back to you.
That'd
It's pretty
be great.
it's
Thank
fantastic.
you so much.
I really love it.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for bringing it in. It's really, really good.
With more research needed to unlock the secret of the vase, Helen also wants an opinion about the ebony bust.
Estate.
But it's classic late 50s, early 60s. All this sort of carved African black figures were very popular in ebony and china. But just as a ballpark figure, I'm thinking 80 to 100, hopefully more.